Lake Forest Flying Field again, and we're with the waterproof Mariner quadcopter. We're going to do another battery endurance test, again using the two 5,200 milliamp hour 4S North Star batteries. We have green lights indicating the GPS is locked on. I've made two changes today. I've added a GoPro camera in a waterproof housing onto the bottom, and I've changed my steel supports or legs on the bottom, 1/4" steel, for carbon fiber. Now the steel legs, since that was all I had at the time, added 115 grams weight. I replaced it with a carbon fiber, and these are only a total of 14 grams. So I've really saved over 100 grams. Now that's a lot when you consider that a GoPro camera and battery is only 74 grams. So again, with those modifications, let's see how the Mariner does in terms of continuous flight duration. We have the Mariner airborne, and just to give you an idea of how good this GPS lock and altitude hold is, I don't even have the transmitter in my hand anymore. I just set it down, observe the Mariner, its stability, its orientation, and of course keep track of my stopwatch. So we're now about 3 minutes into the flight. Continued hands-free operation, and we are now 10 minutes into continuous flight. We're now at 15 minutes of continual flight on the Mariner. That is now 20 minutes of continuous flight on the Mariner. Well, let's make that now exactly 25 minutes of continuous hands-off operational flight on the Mariner. So it looks like we finally have starting to get a low battery warning on the Mariner. So our time is probably just about ready to stop, I would guess. I'll keep an eye on it and see what happens here in terms of losing power on it. I'm still in the altitude lock mode, GPS mode, and right now our time is approximately 29 minutes. That's an incredible 29 minutes of continuous flight time, and still holding moderately strong. Still continuous flight. We are now at well, approximately 30 minutes of flight time, and we have just landed due to low battery. So that's well, 30 minutes continuous flight time, hands-off controller for the Mariner. So we'll shut her down. You can see the low battery indicator, and call this an incredible test. We're now back in the lab to answer a question that I'm sure many of you have, and that is, the test was conducted with a GoPro in a waterproof housing, and the weight of that is 192 grams. So this was actually what was flown on the Mariner in this previous 30-minute duration test. But you're wondering what the flight time would be if we used a 3-axis gimbal and a GoPro Hero 3. If we put that on, of course the weight now is 300 grams. So you can see we'll be carrying a little bit more additional weight, so the flight times would decrease, but I imagine only by a few minutes. This will be a test in the future.